Alright, boys and girls, as you saw from the previous episode, we got these beautiful wheels on, but we need to fix this camber. It's just not enough negative camber, in my opinion. I need to be able to take those turns real nice, and I want to tuck in this tire just a little bit more than it is right now. So we're going to go ahead and fix that back here as well. Now, I've already took a baseball bat to that lip right there just to see if we can try to avoid any issues. But with this camber kit, we should be able to get a lot more negative camber, and we should be all right. So let's get started. I think I left everything in here last night. Let's take a look. Here we are. SPC Performance. Here we go. Adjustable ball joints. This is my racing gear and my racing shoes. Let's get to work. Alright, so as you can see, I pretty much got everything ready to do what I wanted to do. I even brought out I brought stainless steel braided brake lines. I don't know if I'm going to do these today or not. There's some rust that I'm afraid of dealing with right now, and if I have a problem now, I won't be able to race in 2 days. So I'm going to just inspect my brake lines. So the rust that I'm afraid of is right there. If there's too rusty there, then I have to replace the solid brake lines up there. That's a whole other job. I can't do that right now. So what I did do is I did change this brake bleeder. I've changed them in the back already. I actually did a video on that. I'll link it up in the description or something. But I just changed this out. The old one's right here. Very old, very rusty, and they're clogged, so you can't bleed them through there anymore. And so I have these nifty new ones. I'll bleed the brakes at the end, because right now I'm going to replace this ball joint right here. So as you can see, I have everything out here already. You know, I thought this table would be big enough, but it's not. It's not a big deal. These are just the SPC ball joints. I got this toolkit from AutoZone. They expect you to rent it and bring it back. So you basically pay for it. It's 150 bucks. And then when you bring it back, they'll give you the 150 bucks right back. So this is what you need to press out and press in the ball joints. I already took the ball joint out. It's right there. I have some pry bars and things in case I need it. I also bought this ball joint tool. It's like 8 bucks. Bought it at AutoZone. Not a big deal. This was like 5 bucks at Walmart. This nice and heavy hammer. What is it, a 4-pound hammer? It's a 4-pound hammer. I brought out this just in case I need some spare power tools. This is for the wheel, so I'm going to show you guys before you take your wheels out into the track day. You're going to want to do what I do with this, and I'm going to do some brake pad changes. I have DTC 60s, they're over there. I'll show you guys what I do with that in a bit. But and then there's some power tools and some penetrating oil. So I went ahead and put penetrating oil basically everywhere. Oh, looks like UPS is here. We've got some more packages coming. Let's take a look at what they are. And there he goes, but not before delivering a couple of very nice things. So I have a weight distributing hitch to go on the truck. It's right there. He's got something else for me back there. I forgot what it was, but all right, back to work. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this tuning fork looking thing. I'm going to separate the ball joint from the socket there. That was way too easy. So now that this is loosened out, I gotta take this rubber boot off, and then we're gonna use the tool, the ball joint separator tool, and we're gonna press this ball joint out. I like the way that feels, actually. So all I did was I took a pry bar, I just pried it like that, bam! And take this off nice and easy. Didn't even rip anything. Got some old lubrication up in there. This ball joint was still in pretty good shape, surprisingly. Oh well. Time to replace it. So what I just did is I put this thing together. So this comes separate. You screw it in here. You get the proper sized tool. I'm using this thing. I'm going to put it around here like this. It'll push up on that bearing or on what I need to take off or press off. And I'm going to use this top hat here like that. And with the top hat there, I'll put this at the bottom. We'll be able to press it out. So it's kind of tough to manhandle all of this by myself, but I managed to get things on. I also put 2 washers for good measure. I'm gonna hand tighten. It's supposed to go up like that. Let's fix that. Alright, I think I figured it out. So the point is to make sure you choose the right adapters that you need for your application. I got just a bunch of things here, so I need the little knuckle thing to go through and not be touched, as this gets pressed out and into this little receiver pocket here. So now I'm going to torque it down. Let's see what happens. If I can find my stuff. So as you can see, I kind of set it up here. It's all ready to go. The trickiest part is trying to get leverage on this thing right here. So what I actually am doing is I'm using some extensions and a little swivel, impact swivel, so that I can kind of reach from under here, reach that, and attach my impact gun, because I don't want to do the force myself. My impact gun could do the work. So all right, let's see how this works. So here's what the setup looks like. I'm going to attach all of these things to make it work. Get ready for everything to fall. This was a pain to get out, but there it is, and there's a lot of play in it, up and down, so it was dead anyway. Good thing I'm changing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install this thing. So real easy, you take off the top, you put it all to the side. You don't need these top portions here, and you don't need this bottom portion for now either. What you do need is this piece right here. This is the only thing that kind of gets pressed in. You see the circle inside? That's where you're going to press onto the top. So I kind of want to show you guys this thing here. So the way this works is you install this up there, and then you can push this back and give yourself some nice negative camber that way. But as you can see, it also gives you automatic toe in, and that's because this steering arm is pushing, and so it's not, we haven't changed it yet, and it'll push it this backside outwards, and therefore this side has to go inwards, and so it's going to give you toe in, and I don't want toe in, so I'm going to take it to a shop to get it aligned. And all they're going to do is they're going to disconnect this ball joint here. They're going to turn this in the direction they need to turn it. They'll measure it and make sure I have either 0 toe in or actually a little bit toe out. But there it is. It's not pressed in yet. It's the same way you pressed it out, you press it in. It's kind of just put on there right now. As you can see, that's how it goes, and then we'll put this all together. So as you can see, we pressed it in. Now there's two ways that this thing can go. So it can go this way, or it can go this way. So since I want the most negative camber, I will put it this way so I can push it as far back as possible, as you can see there. If I wanted to add additional positive camber, I'll do it this way, so I can pull it this way as far as possible. I want negative, so there we go. I'll put it together. Now I'm going to need a jack for this, so I'm going to jack up the brake rotor and everything up so that I can get this arm in place, just like that. Right now it's too low, I have to raise it up. I'm going to take this pin and save it so we can use it. You put the top plate on top. The washer and the nut. Tighten this a little bit so I can keep my negative camber. Get in there. There we go. It's in. Very nice. Okay, so a little bit. in his face. Pinky, where's the hole? I lost the hole. I keep turning it and I don't see it. Oh, there's one. Found it. Alright, I'm just going to tighten the top. And actually, we're all set. That is all. So as I told you guys, I needed to bring the car over to the alignment shop. I did not tow it. I actually drove it to the alignment shop. And boy, it was a mess. It even started raining. It was quite horrible to drive this car as it is with the terrible alignment. I had tow in, tow out everywhere, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I brought it to a professional shop. They have alignment machines there, of course. This is Custom Import Performance. I'm just admiring my work here. Most of the job is done. I think I have a couple of things left to do, but as you can see here, we're getting the alignment done exactly as I wanted. So I want a little bit of toe out in the front. I want toe 0 from the back. I want as much negative camber as I possibly could. I want it to be symmetrical, and I want to be able to drive this car as fast as possible. So that's what we did. A lot of camber. So with the double bushing suspension, as the car gets loaded up, so you'll see as we drop, you'll see the camber come out.
Oh, okay. So I just gotta wait for this.
Yeah. All right, boys. There she is. We fixed the camber. We got the alignment done. We're all set on the wheels, tires, and suspension. On the next episode, I'm gonna go ahead and change the brake pads and bleed the brakes. Show you guys how that's done. But for now, I'll let you guys enjoy the new stance of the Prelude. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time. Peace.